So, after my mum and dad got divorced, I was about 1. My dad moved into a house in a dodgy suburb in Australia, that was about 30-40 years old. When I was little I never really noticed how eerie the house was until later on. So, my dad threw a 5th birthday party for me and my twin sister. On that day I never got any weird vibes or anything, so everything seemed normal. When I was about 7, me and my twin sister were looking through some photos from that day. We stumbled across a photo of me and her sitting at the dining table, about to blow out the candles to the cake. Standing next to me and my sister was a black shadow. My dad told us it was probably just a photo blur or something. One time at around 1 or 2 in the morning I woke up to a noise coming from the hallway, that sounded like loud footsteps. I instantly got out of bed to check out the noise. At first I thought it could have been my dad or his wife going to bathroom. I checked to see if they were awake, but they were both in a deep sleep, and no one was in the house. The house was always cold, even during the summer. We always had to have the heater on full blast, because it got so cold. The one place that was always cold was the back room of the house. Me and my sister started to get suspicious of the strange events occurring at his house. We would always discuss it after we came back to our mother's house the following day. There was also a time we went to his house and I asked my dad's wife if the house was haunted. She then started acting really strange and suspicious. Years go by, little creepy things would happen every now and then, but when I was about 11 or 12 my dad decided to move to a new house down the street. On the day that he moved house, he told us the truth about the house. My dad's friend who owns the house told my dad about the paranormal activity in this house, but my dad didn't tell us, because he didn't want to scare us. He told us it was very haunted by a guy who had previously lived in the house a while back. Apparently the guy had fatally died in the shower in the only bathroom in the house. He even told us that he was brushing his teeth one night and he saw the guy in the shower and he said my dad's name. After all those years of theories, the truth finally came out. So this is my first time ever posting on Reddit, but I've read quite a few of your stories which has ultimately prompted me to share my own. Bear with me as I'm not that great at explaining things and this will probably be a long one. I, 22F in-laws, moved out of home at a decent age around 17-18, but I'll never forget the experiences I had. I couldn't tell you the exact age it started, but I was young, yet still old enough to distinguish what sounds were what. Example, I knew that we had a lot of possums around. The sound of them scratching in the roof or snarling in the trees. I knew the sounds of the house, how it was old and creaked in the wind, although still sometimes scary, easily dismissed as something logical. Even at a young age I was quite skeptical of the paranormal, let's say roughly around age 9 or 10. At some point things changed pretty quickly and without warning. Around this time my sister, 7 years older than me, had just moved out to live with her boyfriend and I was moved into her old room, and mine was to become my grandpa's study. I lived with my grandparents. I always had an eerie feeling about her room. The manhole to the roof was directly outside her bedroom door and the bathroom adjacent from it with the mirror reflecting her door. For some reason that didn't sit right with me. It started almost instantly after I moved into that room. I kept hearing things in the roof above me, footsteps, running, bigger than a possum, smaller than an adult, so I couldn't even try to tell myself it was either of those, although I'm honestly glad it wasn't an adult. Of course I told my grandparents, but they were very old school and completely dismissed it, so I left it be and tried to brush it off. Every now and then it would happen though, more and more, running in the roof above my room. After some time I started getting sick, trembling feelings from the hallway at night, then I'd hear the running happen there, like a little kid, which scared me even more. It was so clear, and I always remember being so surprised it never woke my grandparents as their bedroom was down that hallway. As I got older I got used to it and ended up being able to not let it affect me. I just avoided leaving my room late at night, until one day I either just stopped noticing it altogether or it really did stop. Fast forward to me being 17, my grandmother passed when I was 14, so it was just my grandfather and I. He had retired at this point and decided to use some of his retirement money to go on a trip all around the whole of Australia with his two best friends, which I admit I was a bit jealous of, but ultimately extremely happy for him and excited because I got to house sit for 11 months. They let me have friends over and small gatherings and even let my partner at the time, now ex-boyfriend, stay with me. Two very distinct things happened in that time which doesn't sound like a lot, and they were very brief, but were terrifying nonetheless. The first being when I had my partner at the time over. He was in the shower, I was sitting out the back on the deck having a cigarette. It was pretty late, maybe 12 to 1 a.m. Now if you go down the back stairs leading to the backyard you can see the bathroom window. It has stained glass so you can't see in, but you can see if the light is on or off and hear the water running. As I'm just about to finish my cigarette I hear a very loud bang on the glass sliding back doors that lead into the house. At first I'm obviously startled, but then laugh and yell at my partner to stop messing around. I don't get a response, so I yell out again, still nothing. Now I'm starting to get a little freaked out as I can't see inside and it's silent. I go down the back steps and see the bathroom light on and hear the shower still going. I call out to him absolutely terrified and he comes running out to me. We check inside, all around the house, but there's no one there expect us. I did not sleep well that week. The second time was with my close friend. This time her and I were both sitting outside on the deck having a cigarette and a drink, laughing, talking. It's about 3 to 4 a.m. this time. Out of nowhere we both stop and listen. We hear faint steps on grass, but they sound heavy, like someone wearing work boots. Not like an animal, and they sound like they're coming right toward us, but the backyard sensor light doesn't come on and my dog doesn't react to it, so we brush it off but still stay quiet for a bit. Then out of nowhere it gets louder and faster. We hear it actually coming up the back wooden deck stairs. We both look at each other and bolt inside, locking the door behind us. We ran to the bathroom to look out the window to see if anyone was there, but no one is. We both didn't sleep well that week either. Well, those are my experiences, and also I have spoken to my mother about these and she has told me some pretty similar experiences she had around my age growing up in that same house and same bedroom too. I'm glad I moved out and I don't hear things anymore where I live now. Nothing strange has happened to me for a while, but if it does I'll be sure to post again if you guys think this was okay.